While most gardeners are still hesitating, waiting for the perfect season or the perfect moment to plant, experienced growers know that the best time to start is right now. Today isn't too early. Today isn't too late. Today is exactly when your garden needs you to get seeds in the soil, especially if you want fast growth, quick harvests, and vegetables that don't waste your time. A lot of crops suffer in heat, bolt in warm weather, or grow unevenly when planted too late. But the vegetables on this list actually grow better when planted now. They love cool temperatures, they sprout with ease, and they reward you almost immediately. So in this video, I'm going to show you 9 vegetables you should plant today if you want strong growth, reliable harvests, and results that feel almost instant. Welcome back to Daily Plant Life. No matter where you're gardening from, raised beds, containers, a balcony, or a small backyard, these veggies will thrive. If you're in zones 6 through 10, you can plant every one of them right now with complete confidence. And even colder zones can grow most of them indoors or under simple protection. If you're ready to give your garden the jump-start it deserves, hit that like button, subscribe to Daily Plant Life, and let's dive straight into the first vegetable. Veggie number 1, radishes. Radishes are the definition of a fast result vegetable, and planting them today means your garden begins producing almost immediately. These tiny seeds don't hesitate in cool soil. In fact, they prefer it. Drop them into the ground, and within just a few days, you'll see confident, bright green sprouts pushing up through the surface, ready to take off. Radishes don't need perfect conditions or long days of sunlight. They don't demand high temperatures or rich soil. They simply need consistent moisture and space to swell up. And the cooler the weather is, the better they taste. Instead of turning woody, spicy, or hollow the way they do in warm conditions, radishes grown right now stay crisp, juicy, and mild. When you plant radishes today, you're planting confidence. You're planting momentum. You're planting a vegetable that teaches you how rewarding gardening can be with almost no effort at all. Every radish variety, from cherry belle to French breakfast to daikon, thrives when planted now. And the harvest comes fast. 3 to 4 weeks, and you're eating homegrown produce before most gardeners have even chosen their seeds. They grow beautifully in pots, in small raised beds, or even in recycled containers on a balcony. If you're new to gardening or simply impatient for results, radishes are the vegetable that proves planting today is always worth it. Veggie number 2. Green onions, scallions. Green onions are one of the most forgiving vegetables you can plant today, and one of the most rewarding. They germinate in cool conditions with ease and continue growing even if the temperature dips. Whether you're planting seeds, using sets, or regrowing store-bought scraps, scallions settle in quickly. They don't need deep soil. They don't require intense sunlight. They don't complain about weather changes. Instead, they grow slowly and steadily, forming long, slender shoots that you can harvest whenever you need them. What makes green onions so special is how endlessly productive they are. Once they're growing, you can snip them again and again. Cut off the top portion and the rest keeps growing. Harvest a full bunch and leave the roots, and the plant sends up fresh growth like nothing happened. Even if you forget about them for days, they simply wait for moisture and continue thriving. For gardeners with tight spaces or limited time, scallions are unbeatable. Grow them in narrow beds, small pots, window planters, or even shallow trays indoors. They take up almost no room and fill your kitchen with fresh, bright, oniony flavor whenever you want it. Planting them today means you'll have reliable greens all season long. They don't bolt quickly in cool weather, they don't attract many pests, and they don't slow down the way they do in summer heat. They're the ultimate low-maintenance, high-reward vegetable for anyone planting right now. Veggie number 3, beets. Beets are one of the smartest vegetables to plant today because they're cold-tolerant, versatile, and incredibly productive. From the moment you sow them, they begin establishing roots beneath the soil while building a canopy of tender, edible greens above ground. You're getting 2 harvests from one plant, the leafy tops and the round, colorful roots. And unlike many vegetables that struggle in cooler temperatures, beets absolutely thrive in them. The roots grow sweeter, the leaves grow smoother, and the colors become deeper and more vibrant. Beets don't stress about imperfect soil. They don't complain about cold nights. They don't hesitate to germinate even when temperatures drop. Once planted, they quietly spread their roots and build up bulk underground while you go about your daily life. The beauty of planting beets today is that you give them the exact environment they prefer: cool weather, stable moisture, and soft winter sun. By the time the season warms up, they've already done the hard work and are ready for harvest. You can pick the baby greens early for salads, or let the roots swell for full-size beets that roast beautifully. They're perfect for raised beds, backyard soil, and even deep containers. They resist many pests that attack summer crops, and they maintain excellent flavor when grown now. If you want a vegetable that is both ornamental and delicious, beets planted today will fill your garden with color and your home with a versatile, nutrient-packed harvest. Veggie number 4, bok choy. Bok choy is one of the most fast-growing, beginner-friendly vegetables you can plant today. It absolutely loves cool temperatures and grows noticeably faster in this season than it ever does in warm weather. When you start bok choy now, the leaves remain tender, juicy, and mild, without the bitterness or toughness that heat creates. The cool air helps it develop tight, crisp stems and broad, smooth leaves that are perfect for stir-fries, soups, steaming, and fresh eating. What makes bok choy so impressive right now is its speed. Baby bok choy can be harvested in just 3 weeks, and full heads rarely take more than 6 to 7 weeks. That means if you plant today, you're only a short time away from a beautiful, lush harvest. It grows beautifully in containers, thrives in raised beds, and even performs well on patios or balconies where sunlight may be limited. Winter sunlight is softer and cooler, which keeps bok choy from bolting and allows you to harvest over an extended period. Bok choy also has the advantage of being extremely space efficient. You can plant it closer together than many leafy greens, and each plant still grows full and vibrant. Whether you're planting it for baby leaves or full-size heads, bok choy rewards you quickly with consistent growth and minimal effort. For gardeners who want a vegetable that grows fast, tastes incredible, and thrives in cooler conditions, bok choy planted today will feel like one of the best decisions you ever made. Veggie number 5, turnips. Turnips are one of the most underrated vegetables you can plant today, and once you grow them, you'll understand why winter gardeners love them so much. They germinate easily in cool soil, grow steadily through cold weather, and produce both tender greens and delicious roots in a surprisingly short time. The leaves develop first, forming a thick bunch of nutritious greens that can be harvested early and often. These greens taste their best when grown in cool conditions, soft, mild, and perfect for sautéing, soups, and stews. As the greens fill out, the roots begin to swell underground, developing into crisp, round, surprisingly sweet turnips. Cool temperatures prevent the roots from becoming tough or spicy, and instead give them a smooth, mellow flavor that's perfect for roasting, mashing, or eating raw. When you plant turnips today, you're planting a vegetable that rewards you quickly and generously. They mature in just 40 to 55 days, making them one of the fastest root crops for this season. Turnips thrive in raised beds, garden soil, and even large containers. They rarely attract pests in cool weather, and they grow in soil that many other vegetables struggle with. They require minimal space, minimal attention, and minimal effort, yet provide one of the most versatile harvests you can get right now. Plant turnips today, and you'll have greens early, roots later, and a steady supply of fresh food with almost no hassle. Veggie number 6, mustard greens. Mustard greens are one of those vegetables that almost feel like they were designed for gardeners who want fast, bold, and dependable growth with very little effort. When you plant them today, they respond immediately, sprouting quickly and sending up leaves that seem to grow larger every single day. Cool temperatures bring out their best flavor, sharp, bright, and full of character, but never harsh or overwhelming the way they can be when grown in heat. Winter air softens their bite and keeps the leaves tender, making them perfect for salads, stir-fries, soups, or simply sautéed with garlic. One of the biggest advantages of mustard greens is how quickly they produce. Within just a couple of weeks after planting, you can begin harvesting baby leaves, and if you let them grow, they form large, broad leaves with deep color and impressive size. They're naturally hardy, naturally productive, and naturally resistant to many pests. Even if the weather dips or fluctuates, mustard greens keep pushing out new growth without slowing down. And because they grow from a central crown, you can harvest the outer leaves regularly while allowing the plant to continue producing from the center. They also perform incredibly well in containers. Whether you give them a deep pot or a shallow tray, mustard greens adapt easily and reward you with steady harvests. If you're planting today and want a vegetable that grows aggressively, tastes amazing, and fills your garden with lush green leaves in record time, mustard greens will deliver far beyond your expectations. Veggie number 7, collard greens. Collard greens are one of the most resilient vegetables you can plant today, and they remain unmatched when it comes to cold tolerance and steady productivity. While many leafy greens fade or become fragile in winter conditions, collards become sweeter, firmer, and even more flavorful. Cool temperatures help the plant concentrate sugars in its leaves, giving collards a richer taste and softer texture compared to their warm season counterparts. When you plant collards today, the seedlings take hold quickly, building strong, sturdy stems and wide, powerful leaves that stand upright against chilly breezes. They grow slowly but consistently, never rushing into bolt mode, never collapsing under frost, and never losing their quality. Their structure makes harvesting incredibly easy. Simply pick the lower leaves as you need them, and the plant will continue producing new ones from the top. This gives you a long, extended harvest window that can last months, especially when planted in the cool season. Collards also excel in containers, raised beds, and small gardens. They handle less than perfect soil, irregular weather, and even occasional neglect. They're naturally hardy and incredibly tough, and despite their rugged nature, they deliver some of the most nutritious greens you can grow, packed with vitamins and minerals. Planting collards today sets you up with a dependable, long-lasting vegetable that will continue feeding you well into the next season. Veggie number 8, garlic. Garlic is one of the simplest and most rewarding crops you can plant today, and the earlier you get it in the ground, the more impressive your harvest will be. Garlic thrives in cool temperatures. In fact, the cold is what triggers the cloves to divide and form large, healthy bulbs. When you plant garlic now, it begins by establishing strong roots beneath the soil. These roots sit quietly through the winter months, anchoring the plant and preparing it for explosive growth once the days lengthen. Planting garlic today means you're giving each clove a head start. The soil doesn't need to be warm. Garlic isn't bothered by cold soil the way many vegetables are. Simply break apart the garlic bulb, choose the healthiest cloves, plant them pointed side up, and let nature handle the rest. As soon as the weather shifts, the shoots will emerge like bright green spears, letting you know the garlic is ready for the next phase of growth. Garlic grown now develops larger bulbs, more cloves, and deeper flavor compared to garlic planted late. It's also extremely low maintenance. You don't need to hover over it, fertilize constantly, or water heavily. It grows in the background while you focus on other plants. Garlic fits perfectly in raised beds, garden soil, and even deep containers. It takes up very little room and rewards you with one of the most universally used crops in the kitchen. Planting garlic today is one of the smartest decisions any gardener can make. Veggie number 9, cilantro. Cilantro thrives in cool weather, making today the perfect moment to plant it if you want long-lasting, deeply fragrant, and productive growth. Cilantro is notorious for bolting in warm weather, sending up a tall flower stalk, and ending its leafy phase far too soon. But when you plant it now, the cold prevents bolting and stretches your harvest window dramatically. Instead of rushing into flower, cilantro stays leafy, tender, and aromatic for weeks and sometimes months. The seeds germinate quickly in cool soil, sending up soft, delicate leaves that fill containers, beds, and even windowsills with a fresh, citrusy fragrance. As it grows, cilantro forms a dense canopy of soft, bright green foliage that you can harvest from repeatedly. You can take the outer leaves whenever you need them, and the plant will continue producing new growth from the center. This makes cilantro one of the best cut-and-come-again herbs you can plant today. It also adapts beautifully to container life. Even a small pot can produce enough cilantro to supply your kitchen regularly. The cool air deepens its flavor, making it more aromatic and vibrant than the cilantro grown in warm months. Whether you want it for salsa, soups, marinades, or daily cooking, cilantro planted today will give you a steady supply without the stress of bolting. If you've ever struggled with this herb before, planting it now is the key to success. And that wraps up today's video. The best part about these vegetables is that you don't need perfect conditions to start. Just plant them today, and they'll reward you faster than you expect. Thanks for watching Daily Plant Life. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments which veggie you're planting first. Until the next one, keep growing and happy gardening.